Welcome. If you need some support, join me tomorrow if you're listening to this when it comes out on Thursday from 12 to 1 Eastern for an Ask Me Anything session. And I'll talk some about the Faithfully Growing community that gives practitioners access to a weekly drop-in as well as everyone else and offers other resources to support you on your parts work journey. Just send me an email to tim@faithfullygrowing.com and I'll get you the Zoom link. And if you're listening to this after that has already passed, send me an email anyway, and I'll see if we can arrange a way to connect. Would love to meet some of you, whether it be through a consult or some other means. Welcome back to IFS Meditations and Insights. I'm Tim Fortescue, your guide on this journey, here to help foster spiritual wholeness and healing through an internal family systems lens. In this caring space, we aim to dive into self-discovery and inner knowledge. I truly believe that when we accept all parts of ourselves, we're able to experience deep love and live more fully. I'm thankful to be part of your path to inner peace and sacred connection. So settle in, open up your heart and mind, and let's begin another episode. In this meditation, I'll guide you through a process of connecting with different parts of you that may have a conflict or a dilemma, and I'll guide you in a process of listening to their needs and seeing if you can find a little more balance within. As we begin, find a comfortable position, whether seated or lying down, and allow your body to settle. Gently close your eyes if that feels comfortable for you and take a few deep breaths. As you inhale, feel your body expand, and as you exhale, let go of any tension or stress you may be holding. Let's begin by bringing your attention to the present moment and your internal world. And just notice the way your breath flows in and out without any effort. Notice the sensation of your body touching the chair or floor beneath you. And feel the support that you're feeling from the earth below. Just allowing you to relax just a little bit more with each breath. And as you check in, just let your parts know that we just want to be curious. See who's there. No pressure here. And as you continue to bring your awareness to your internal world, I want you to notice if there are any parts of you present right now. You don't need to search for them. Just see if anything comes up naturally. You might notice a part that's feeling tired or a part that's thinking about what you need to get done today. Maybe there's a part that's feeling anxious or excited, or perhaps a part that's feeling peaceful. Whatever parts are here with you, just acknowledge them. You might say to them, I see you, or I hear you. Let these parts know that you're aware of them and that they're welcome here in this space. Now I want you to bring your attention to the two parts of yourself that might feel like they're in conflict. Maybe there's a part of you that feels driven to accomplish something today, and another part that's longing for rest. Or maybe you're feeling pulled between taking care of someone else and wanting to focus on yourself. Take a moment to notice if there are any parts that are struggling with each other right now. Once you've identified these two parts, take a moment to really feel their presence. Where do they show up, in or around your body? Is one part in your chest, maybe causing a feeling of tightness? Is the other part in your shoulders or head, maybe creating some tension? Just observe where they are and how they're expressing themselves without judgment. Now let's invite these parts into a conversation. First, turn your attention to the part that's been more active or demanding your attention recently. And let the other part that may be waiting for attention know that we're going to turn to it next. But for now, turn back to the part that seems to be demanding your attention lately. And ask the part something like, what are you trying to do for me? What is it that you need? And listen for the answer. You may get a word, a phrase, or just a sense of what this part wants to communicate. Maybe it's trying to protect you from something, or maybe it's driven by a sense of responsibility or fear. Just listen for a bit and let the part know that it's okay to express those fears or concerns. And I invite you to pause this recording as often as you need to give yourself more time. But once you've heard from this part, thank it for sharing. Let it know you appreciate its efforts to help you. It takes a lot of courage. Now turn your attention to the other part, the one that feels like it's on the opposite side of this conflict. Ask this part the same question. What are you trying to do for me? What is it that you need? And listen closely, just like you did with the first part. This part might be looking out for your well-being in a different way. Perhaps it's asking for rest, for self-care, or for connection. And when that feels complete for now, thank this part for sharing as well and acknowledge the care it's offering you. It takes a lot of courage just to show up and just check in and see how you're feeling toward these parts. There's some resistance, likely another part jumping in. Just see if they could soften back and give some space, knowing that they can have some attention in the future too. Then see if you could collectively just send a little bit of curiosity, compassion to these parts. Let them know that during this time you've brought curiosity. Just let that self-energy or belovedness radiate to the two parts that you've spent some time with today, as well as your whole system. Yeah, from that compassionate, wise, and grounded core of you that can hold space for all of your parts without judgment. That self doesn't take sides. It simply listens with love and understanding. And as you sit in this feeling of self-energy and just peace, love, belovedness, it may be helpful to offer a message of reassurance to both parts that seem to have conflict. Let them know that they've got you. They're not alone. There may be a different way. You might say, I see you both, and I hear what you need. I'm here to help you find balance. And now, before we begin to wrap up, imagine that you're inviting these two parts into a conversation with each other. And from that wise, compassionate self, ask, how can we find a way to meet the needs of both parts? Is there a compromise that allows space for each of you? Maybe the driven part can have time for focus and productivity, while the part that longs for rest can have moments of peace and relaxation. You don't need to rush this process. Maybe the first time that these two parts have met each other, and maybe a surprise to them of who you are today. So spend some time answering their questions, updating them, letting them know. Just let the conversation unfold gently, knowing that that wise, compassionate self is guiding the way. See if you can visualize or feel the two parts finding a sense of balance where neither one is silenced, but both are respected and acknowledged. As we begin to close this meditation, take a moment to appreciate the work you've done today. Send some gratitude again to your parts and let them know this doesn't have to be the last time you spend time with them. You're open to spending more time if they'd like that, and maybe let them know when. Balancing internal dynamics is an ongoing journey, and every step you take toward listening to your parts is a step toward greater harmony. When it feels complete for now, bring your awareness back to your breath, noticing the steady rhythm of the inhale and exhale. Feel your body resting on the surface beneath you and begin to gently bring yourself back to the present moment. You can slowly open your eyes if they were closed. And you can continue about life. But thank you for showing up today, for being present with your parts, and allowing yourself to guide the way as you go about your day, your life. Take this sense of balance with you. When you notice parts of yourself in conflict, remember that yourself is always there, ready to listen and lead with compassion. That wraps up another episode of IFS Meditations and Insights. If you found it useful, please follow or subscribe and share and leave a positive review to help others find the podcast. For more IFS Meditations and Insights, visit blog.faithfullygrowing.com. And as always, your thoughts on the podcast are welcome. Send me an email to tim@faithfullygrowing.com. And thank you for being part of this community. Remember to be compassionate to yourself and others, and I look forward to our next session. And until then, take care, stay curious, and embrace all parts of your journey.